What's good? It's your boy Clive back with another video. We're gonna be training legs. I'm joined by Jonathan and Emil. Let's get it. Squatting is at the center of building big quads, which is what we try to maximize on this session. Leg positioning is very important when you're squatting. You want to try to make sure that you have enough width between your legs. When you're going down, try to watch your knees. They must not protrude you towards. And also you must try to get a good hip hinge so that you're able to push out your hips back as far out as you can to allow room for your knees not to protrude. Correct way to add weight is probably by 5 kg or 10 kg. You want to try to progress gradually. Unless you have some great knees and some great strength, you can go overboard, but I don't really advise it. I advise you take it slow, bit by bit, so that you can save your knees as much as possible. Always use those safety bars when you know you're gonna go heavy. It's really important just for the sake of safety. In case anything happens, you don't really hurt yourself. indirectly you actually saving your knees from injuries or strains. I always see this a lot. Try to always hinge out. By hinge out I mean push your hips far out as you can so that your knees can be saved.
You're doing it, you're doing it. Come on. That's it. That's it. Come on now, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Come on. Get it, nice, nice, nice. Right.
When you get to 100 kgs, you want to use a weight belt if you have it. That's also a good way to protect yourself. So if you have a weight belt, when you get to 100, use it. If you don't, just watch your form when you go down, when you come up, because you're trying to avoid injuries. So as you can see, Jonathan went in with the belt because it's really starting to get heavy. weight gets heavier, you can also use your knee straps if you have them. I don't use knee straps because I don't feel comfortable with them when I'm squatting. I just feel weird, so I prefer to squat without them. You always want to keep your mind in the game. By that I mean your mind muscle connection is very important, because it's going to allow you to focus more and recruit a much larger muscle motor in order for you to be able to perform. So you can't be thinking of anything else. Make sure that you are engaged 100% in whatever it is you're doing, especially if you're going to go heavy. You don't want any distractions. Try to focus as much as you can. The heavier the weight gets, the more you're required to concentrate and be able to even fire more. So it's very important to always watch your form. Heavy sporter, especially if you're going heavy. As you can see, I'm right behind him. If anything happens, I'm there. Make sure that we either put the weight on the bars so that you can safely maneuver from injuries. When you come up, try not to lock your knees. A lot of people have this problem. When you're coming up, you lock your knees. You don't want to do that because you're putting a lot of strain on your knees. Imagine all that weight on your knees. That's not necessary, and it's very bad for your knees. So when you come up, keep your knees soft, bend them a bit and stay there. So that means when you go down, when you come up to that position. Do not lock your knees, especially ladies. Do not lock your knees. training with people that are ahead of you. Do not be pressured into putting weight that you can't do. Try to stay in your lane, and it doesn't hurt. Trust me. Stay in your lane, build towards that. As you can see in this session, we put Emil a little bit behind us so that we allow him to gradually grow, not to punish him and give him the same way that we were pushing. It's not fair. If you are ahead, allow someone to gradually progress. Right before you push heavyweight, you just want to give yourself a second to gather your thoughts. Just gather your mind-muscle connection so that you're able to execute. Just give yourself time to just be ready and be prepared. As you can see, Jonathan is getting into his zone. We do this differently. Everyone's got a way of getting themselves into the zone. This is his. Well, for me, before I push a heavyweight, I like to have a clear mind. I don't like to think of anything. I just like to concentrate and be able to execute the task at hand. goal is to train as safely as possible. As always, I appreciate the love. Thank you for watching. I hope you're gonna get yours like we got ours. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed already, please be sure to subscribe. Peace and love. Your boy is out.